Wha-bam! Hello, everyone. Hello. How are we? Right on time. Not bad. The second it hit 0. Nailed it. We nailed it. Welcome, everyone. Today's the first day of development. It's going to be fun. Bozinowski was first, by the way. Marius and Lap from Dexath today. Not Matt. Posture Check and Hydrate from Silver Phoenix. Posture ain't bad. We just got a sub from GFX. How you doing, GFX? Thank you very much for the resub. Much appreciated. There was another sub before from Free Manovec. Thank you very much. There was actually a prime that happened 2 hours ago from Carl. If you're here, Carl, thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. How exciting. There's a lot of people talking. I'm doing good. So today,
oh boy.
Whoa, who's that? Chronix, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So today, I was a bit late eating just now. Like, I just cooked some food. And the reason was because this morning I was just so into setting things up. Like, I was pretty productive, figured some stuff out. We can go over how that went as well. I made some notes so I can fill you all in the lore for where we are. Let's see here. Catching up on chat real quick. There's a lot, so I won't be too quick. Damien, nice to see you here. You checked out the video just in time. Nice one. Okay, buffering for Dizzy's. Please let me know if that keeps up, Dizzy's, and try a refresh if that doesn't help. And no, not HelloFresh for food. However, HelloFresh will arrive during the stream, unless something happens to the driver. So that's pretty interesting.
Boy.
Getting closer to the year. Keep being awesome.
Nearly there.
Jace Jimbob by heart.
Thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, I lost track of time. I was just too engrossed in what I was doing. We'll talk about it. Have a great stream. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Hey, DC. Just watched your update video before this stream went live. Someone else did that as well. Respawn repeat. So first question, where does the dot go? Get out of here. All right. Get out of here, Respawn. Get out of here. Thanks for the follow, Julian. So what I just ate, by the way, was just like a delicious grilled fish sandwich. And it's the same recipe that we had, how we used to grill our fish back when I used to work at the fish and chip shop. You know, back when I was 16 to 20 years old, or 20. I worked there for a long time. I just remembered that recipe the other day. I'm like, oh, yo, that's gonna be sick. So I just wolfed that down. It was so nice. It was so good. So good. So I'm ready. I also have coffee. Now, this is the second cup of coffee that I made a pot at 8 a.m. this morning. And I was the time got away. So this is the second half of that pot. It's completely cold. Oh, weird. Kind of weird, not gonna lie. If you eat fish that isn't Swiss-German, do they revoke your Swedish citizenship? They'll never take it from me. I have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Cold coffee, ew. Yeah, but I need the caffeine. I need the caffeine. Work's not going to get, do itself. And neither am I, apparently. I need the caffeine for that. The stream keeps stuttering for me, but other streams don't. Interesting. Let me check some stuff real quick. We may have to restart stream, potentially. Okay, folks, okay, but it is an issue for some people, and I do know something that might help. Okay, so I'm gonna actually have to restart the stream. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, give me 2 seconds. It won't be too bad. All right, I'll be right back. Are we back? Do a raid. Are we back? No, not back. All right, hit refresh. Refresh if you don't see me. Should be back. No, we Mozart. Oh, I get it. Jesus, that's so bad. That's so bad, Marv. All right. Hello, everyone. We should be back. Yeah. Hey, Kui. Try refresh. Okay. Seems good to you. All right, we're gonna have to roll, folks. I don't know what else it could be, and I don't necessarily want this to be a troubleshooting stream, but I really hope it helps. Works fine for you two right now. Okay, well, we're gonna move on. All right, so okay, cool. I think I have that, Jamorian. I think I have that. I'm not sure. Have I formally inquired about HelloFresh sponsorship? I have, and I haven't heard back from them, so it is what it is. It is what it is. So, first thing I want to say real quick is thank you, everyone, for the response to yesterday's video. First, Dexath, good one. For yesterday's video, I really appreciate that. That video has performed pretty well, but also, like, a lot of people have left a lot of really good feedback and like a lot of support. People saying like, yeah, it seems like what you're doing is good. Some people have also offered some other things, like, consider this or that, which has been useful. There's a few things in there that, like, in the comments that, like, I hadn't considered, so that's actually really helpful as well. And people just sharing sort of their experience as like a sole trader, or when they started up their business and things like that. And it's kind of comforting to know that, like, a lot of the things that I worried about seem to be similar to what a lot of other people seem to worry about. And so, like, all along I felt like I'm worrying about all these things because I'm worrying about all these things because like, I'm screwing it up or something like that. But no, it just turns out that, like, it's just kind of chaotic and hard, so that's okay. Oh, if I stop OBS, it'll be 2 VODs. Okay, I see what you mean, Jamarian. Use the task manager to end the process next time. Got it. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. So thanks, everyone, for the feedback. Always good. Always comforting to know we're all miserable together. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if it was feeling bad because I'm shit at it, or if I was feeling bad because it's hard. So yeah, we'll have to see. This morning, before we get into the engine, this morning I was poking around in Godot a little bit, but not for game development stuff. Just to kind of, like, get it working with OBS for starters. Thank you very much, Yentio. I've also got some, like, auto scene switching stuff, so when I switch from code to the editor, hopefully that will keep up on stream, so that we won't have any scene issues where you guys looking at the editor while I'm writing code. So, like, I got all that kind of stuff sorted as well. And then this morning I was trying to hook up Git, so someone asked what version control I'm going to use, and wait, ads again? No, this can't be real. Because I started the stream. Let me know if it happens, guys. So yeah, I'm just using Git for now. I don't know if I'm going to switch away from that or not, but I just wanted some sort of version control. But my God, the headaches have already started. Like, 1 hour into development on the game, I'm like, oh my God, I remember why I stopped programming. Oh my God. And I immediately ran into, like, random issues. Okay, so I think we have the ad break. Really? Ads! Oh man, I think I have to wait for the ads. Oh, I should have snoozed them. Ads, fuck. Sorry, folks. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. We'll wait. So, nice weather, eh? Yeah.
Oh
Hoover with a sub. Thank you very much. I hope you can see me right now. Thanking you. I don't know if you've got ads or if the ads stop immediately. But thank you very much for the sub. Really appreciate it. God, these ads, dude. Yo, we got scammed hard. Bezos is laughing his way to the bank today. Yeah, it's 3-minute ads. This is awkward. Elon versus Jeff Cage fight next. Hey 3D. You're so glad that you can watch the stream out? Nice, Anna. Nice. Coffee, me too. I'm going to be using Jamorian's tactic of ending the OBS from Task Manager from now on. Will this VOD be cut into a video? Potentially. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, potentially. I was talking to the, my editor yesterday, and we think that there's potential for this to be a video for sure. We do have another video planned for next week. We actually have so many videos right now. Like, actually too many videos. We may have to do more than one video a week. I know. We just have so many. We should be back. We should be back from ads now. Okay. We should be back. Jesus Christ. Apologies for that, everyone. But let's move forward. So, I was setting up Git, all right, in Godot. So if you guys don't know, Git is version control. And basically that means you can submit your changes to a server. And if anything goes wrong, you can like revert back. Or if I want to like, you know, copy the project to a different computer, I can just pull it down from the server. And it's basically that kind of thing. And Godot has Git built in, right? And so I was like, cool, let's do this. And I was like, all right, looks like I need to get a plugin. But there's an official Git plugin. I'm like, all right, this is going to be fine, right? I grab the plugin and I install it, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I get error messages, and I'm like, wait, did I install it wrong? So like, I uninstalled everything. I uninstalled Godot completely, and I did a completely fresh install. Maybe I fucked something up somewhere. No, just didn't work. I was like, what? I mean, this is the first thing that I'm doing today. How is it not working? It's an official plugin. So I start learning a little bit more how the plugins work. This is how I'm spending my time. I'm Googling around. There isn't like an immediate answer. I have to go into the plugin. I have to like start editing its config file to like set like a version number or whatever. And then there's like another error. I'm like, geez, what's this error? And then it turns out that there was a change from 4.0 to 4.1 that broke some GD extension thing, so that this plugin and maybe other plugins like just don't work anymore. I was like, okay, whatever. It's like I spent one entire hour of not integrating Git into the engine. The good thing is I don't need to integrate it. I can just do things manually with the GUI or like command line. But also I'm using Visual Studio Code, and I can, you know, I've got Git in there, so I can just use that anyway. So it's no problem. Yeah, so that was fun. And then the next thing. Oh my god, this is so stupid. This one's on me completely. I'm setting up Visual Code for Godot. I don't know if I'm going to use Visual Code or not, but it seems fine, so we'll just roll with it for now. And that's like a programming, like a code editing software. You guys will see it. And I was setting that up for Godot. So I'm like, you know, I want like code completion and things like that in there. The ability to like maybe build or launch the game or attach a debugger to it. And I've got most of that stuff working by now. But anyway, initially I was following some tutorials to set it up. And one of the tutorials was like, you need to run a command, this specific command to generate some files in the command palette, right? And I was like, I don't know what a command palette is. All right, so let's put you guys here. in a command palette. And I was like, I don't know what a command palette is. And it was like, the tutorial says, Control P to open the command palette. So I'm like, all right, Control P. And then it was like, run something. So like some command, whatever. And I typed the command in, and it wasn't appearing down here. I was like, what? So then I went on this massive like goose chase of like, why are my extensions commands not appearing in the command palette? And I'm just running all over the place, right? Looking for stuff, and I can't find anything. And then I find this like one post saying that, well, there's this one extension that breaks the command palette for literally everyone. Matt, I'm gonna refund you this time because Dexath got it before. Or who was it? Dexath that got it before? Anyway, but we have him here already, so I'll save you the points. Yeah, and then so. So there's this one thing that was saying like there's this one extension that breaks command palette for everyone. I'm like, geez, what is this? So I'm like, but I don't have that, but maybe one of the other extensions that I got has it. So I start like tearing out all of my extensions, and 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 then I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna start from basics. First of all, what the hell is a command palette? Right? I don't even know what that is. So I'm going to Google it. So I went straight to like Visual Studio's like website.
Vamonos!
There's information about command palette. And they're like, to open the command palette, you press Control-Shift-P. I was like, wait. No, wait. The other thing said Control-P. I pressed Control-Shift-P. There it is. It's all there. That was it. That was 1 more hour. 1 more hour gone. Oh. So, average programming day. Exactly. So, if there's any of you who are programmers, you're going to be like, we've been there before. Yep. Anyone who, if you've not been a programmer before, or if you've not made games before or software, this is this is what it looks like. It's this trash. It's this frustrating. But we have it now, and yeah. So now I think I have an auto scene switch thing here. So if I open up Godot, and then I open that. So I think my auto scene switcher is on now. So you guys should be able to see Godot. Like that. And then if I go to code, it should just change. Not bad. Wait, chat moves. Hang on a second. Transform, copy, transform. Chat, paste, transform. Transform chat! You did it. All right. When you spend time solving simple problems, you actually end up learning a lot of little things along the way. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So a lot of these mistakes are mistakes I'll never make again, right? Like, now I know how to open the command palette. I'm never going to have that problem ever again. Someone asked earlier, how long have I been programming for? I've been programming, technically I started when I was 16. One could say that I started when I was 12 messing around with the RPG Maker, but I really started programming web development when I was 16. But the past 5 years, I've been doing community management for Coffee Stain, right? And 5 years without any real programming fucks your ability completely. I am so rusty, it's like I'm learning to walk again. I should pick it all back up quickly again, but I'm gonna run into really, really stupid mistakes. I need to familiarize myself with VS Code, Godot, and then just thinking and programming again, which is it's just gonna be a slow process. I think that's how it is. All right, so today what I want to work on, first thing I want to do is I would like to make maybe we can just make I just want to do some movement, collision, and then if we can get some interaction going where I can, press a button to interact with something, that'll be cool. And then if all of that goes well, I want to work on some. I want to get familiar with UI, right? I want to just try to make some basic UI and just kind of look into that system and see how it goes. It can be that during this stream, I may not talk so much because I need to focus on what I'm doing. So this is kind of like a co-working stream. So if you have anything else to do, you can also, sometimes it helps to have like someone in the background while you're working. Or if you're working alongside someone, even if you're doing different things. So this is kind of like a co-working stream. So, feel free to do that and just noodle away with your stuff while I noodle away with my stuff. Don't be weird about that, okay? and we'll just see how it goes. All right. Working satisfactory? Yeah, no, actually true. So you could be making something, or if you're in like a video game and you have your own project, like in Satisfactory, maybe you can work on that. If you want to do some art, whatever. Let's all just be productive, hang out. Playing around with Unreal Engine, just running tutorials. Nice, yeah. Unreal Engine is really cool. ChatGPT is your friend. So Rusty, I thought Godot was C#. Oh my god. So I'm going to be using C#. I haven't used C# in a very, very long time, but I really do like the language. Godot, I think they want you to use their scripting language, which is GDScript, but I'm using C#. So it is what it is. Okay. So let's... I need to make a scene. I know that much. We'll make a 2D scene. This is the root, I guess, root node of the scene. This can be test scene. I did make a test scene earlier. So I want to make some movement. I don't think I want to think too far ahead of how I want to structure my code or my player character or my movement and things like that at the moment. But for now, I think I'll just make a little script here. You guys can't see my windows, unfortunately. I got a pop-up here, but I'm creating a script. And you guys can't see this either. I don't know how to solve this. Inherits node. I wish you guys could see this. Maybe I ought to desktop capture, but that is scary. Desktop capture is scary. I mean, I don't think I have anything. Yeah. I started learning a thing or two about C# this week. I'm going to see if I can pick up some more stuff here. Nice. Cool. Yeah, C# is a really nice language. I used it, my first job, my real first programming job where I started somewhere, started working at a company was in C#. It was super nice. And then I used it a bunch with Unity as well. How come that you decided to go with Godot? Going with Godot, because Unreal Engine is going to be way too much for my game. And so that's one. Unreal Engine is incredibly beefy and heavy and kind of frustratingly slow and awkward. And that's fine when you're doing bigger games because you need all that stuff. But for this game, I could make it in almost anything. And then I'm not going to go with Unity because I've used Unity before. I just don't want to use Unity. And Godot is open source and there's no license stuff in the future. So I don't ever have to worry about paying royalties to whatever. So that's another reason too. There's no yeah. So those are my reasons. And Godot is really quick to use. And yeah, should have everything I need. Pause to check and hydrate. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Yo, Jammy 3D with a sub. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Woo Gemball jamming.
Gemball jamming. I'm looking at the man, I wish I could show you guys this. Animation player node 3D. I don't want 3D. You know what? I'm adding a display capture so you guys can at least see what I'm doing. Oh boy. Display capture is scary. Be right back, guys.
Toggle! My wounds, boy!
Okay, so now you guys can see what I'm looking at. So I'm trying to pick the parent of this class that I'm going to make. I'm pretty sure I could probably just use anything if I want to move it around. But if I want to display like a sprite or something and you know, move that around, I might want to pick a different inherit from a different class. I don't really know what's good here. I think for now it doesn't really matter. We could probably just go with like a regular node for now. Yeah. And character. Sure. Okay, we don't really need the display capture anymore, I think. Actor? Was there one called actor? I mean, I could have called this actor, actually. That makes more sense. Yeah, we can figure that stuff out later. Okay. So in here, then, I want to add a child node. Okay, there's a node 2D here. A 2D game object inherited by all 2D related nodes is position, rotation, scale, index, and Z index. That sounds pretty good. Animated sprite 2D. These are canvas items. Abstract base class for everything in 2D space. Okay. Sprite node that contains multiple textures as frames to play for animation. Sounds like what we want. Sprite 2D. General purpose sprite node. Oh, and okay, so we probably want Sprite 2D for this. Eventually, for like characters that move around, they'll probably need to be animated Sprite 2Ds. Okay, we can probably just take this one. Yeah, so this is the sprite. My character. Jace picks his node live on stream. Okay. So we can kind of see how this goes. I wonder if I can get like just like a background. Can I? I know that there's like tile maps that I could possibly use. What's controls? Color rectangle. What's control? Base class for all. GUI controls. Interesting. So controls are UI. Okay. Parallax background. A node for independent rendering of objects within a 2D scene.
Oh boy!
Okay.
I read your title as first time Jace uses Groot.
Gouda, thank you very much for the resub. Much appreciated. And thanks, Boxy Nipple Box for the follow and Slow Loris as well. Oh, Kimoka! Wait. I didn't... Thank you for your resub. Really appreciate it. 22 months. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, you guys will see what I'm doing again. I'm looking at these. I mean, maybe I could just use another sprite for the background, but I feel like that doesn't make sense. I know that there's like there's tiles though, right? Tile map. What if we add one of these? Oh, that's my HelloFresh. It's gonna be here soon. Tile map. Tiles, patterns, terrains. Let's can I just like import some shitty picture that I've used before and turn that into a tile? Let's see here. If we go to Nick, thank you very much for the follow. Can this be a tile? No? Can this be a terrain? The tile maps work. Oh, there's the tile set I can steal. Yoink. Just gonna yoink that real quick.
Oh boy!
Oh boy. Blind? No, that's not the folder. That is. This is a tile sheet. Tile set. This is a tile map. What did they say this was? Tile sheet. One sec, folks. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's my my phone, my PC. Jeez, can we not turn off? Okay, so here we now have this thing here. Okay. Create tile map node and then select it and create a new tile set resource. Oh, over here on the right. Tile set, new tile set. Ooh. creating the tileset resource, click the value to unfold it in the inspector. The default tile should be square. You can choose isometric, half, offset, square, or hexagon. Interesting. Let me see this. Do we, did I create a new one? Oh, here we are. Click the value. Oh, we have to click this. Interesting. You guys see that, right? Yeah. Set the size to 64 by 64. Inspector to match the example tile sheet. Got it. For relying on automatic tiles creation, like we're about to do here, you must set the tile size before creating Atlas. Okay. Open the tileset panel at the bottom, down here. And then create a new Atlas. Open the tileset panel at the bottom, yeah, new Atlas. To create an Atlas, you must assign a tile sheet texture to it. Here we are. Whoa, look at this, chat. Can I paint yet? So I can erase some stuff by using this if I don't want them to be in here. No red levels. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. You two, get out. The brown can stay. The brown can stay. Oh no. How do I bring it back? How do I bring it back? Create a tile. Oh. There's got to be an easier way to do that. So now do I choose paint? Can I paint yet? When do I get to paint? Oh! Oh my god, now we are gaming. Holy cow. Can you believe it? I certainly can't. Oh my god. What is this? Can you believe it? Incredible. We're done. You just delete these things. Get out of here. We don't need you. We don't need that. All right. So if I play this now, what's gonna happen on stream? Building. Oh, look at our little level. Not bad. We made a game. Time to play. Yes. Yeah, work done. Time to play. No need to add anything else. Cool. All right, so now my character here. Can I... What's the shortcut key for this? W. It's the W for the woove. The woo. Yeah, you guys see this? W for woove. We're gonna woove things around, all right? Never forget. Okay. Here, texture. We need a texture. Let's maybe there's a character from that I made before that we can just use. Someone who looks kind of interesting. I found them. I actually found them. They're a little bit big. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys see down here, bottom left here, characters. We got the main anime protagonist right here. No wait, that's yeah. It went into the texture. Perfect. I don't see him though. Is the Z index? What do you guys think? Is the Z index like not right? Ordering. Oh! How do we... Wait, where's my 8? Where's my alpha? Where's my alpha at? Oh, I see. My mode was wrong. One sec. Let me just re-export this bad boy. Oh, wow. Look at this. Truly incredible. Why is he all filtered? Wait. Turn off filtering. Godot. Select your image, files from file system. From the file system. It's file manager. Is there like a project setting somewhere? How do you do that? Default?
Oh boy!
Gouda1776 gifted adds Telerim a subscription. Gouda1776 gifted 3 months of tier 1 adds Telerim. They've gifted 6 months in the channel.
Yo, Gouda, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And also thanks for the follows, everyone. Shadow, Papaya, Myth, Casper, Arenzi. Thank you very much. Wait, Jahu with the sub as well. I missed that. Sorry, friend. Thank you very much for the sub. Sale, Ismand, Necropolis, thank you very much for the follows. And another follow from Sumaboto. Thank you. Sure looks buff, but he missed leg day, yeah. It looks exciting. Looks like trash. Yeah, it's getting there. We're getting there. Import defaults. Wait, okay, you guys can't see this. I'm so afraid of display capture. But here, import defaults. Import texture. How there's a thing where 2D pixel for. Anyone want to do that? Why don't you use RPG Maker or similar? I could. I probably could. Project settings, import defaults, set importer to texture. Uncheck filter. Where's filter? Am I blind? Unless it changed? Is this, when was this? 2019. It could be that it changed. This is texture 2D. Image. Texture. Close this. Filter. Inherit. Oh, here we are. Look. Okay, right. So the things that I was looking at before was saying that like you needed to texture, what was this under? Canvas item. I'm blind. Anyone else see it? General tab. Here, right? Textures. Oh! Bam! There it is. Oh. There it is. Oh, look at that. Now these are kind of, yep. Because I think these were affected as well. Change for Godot 4. Nice. Taylor and Dogfit, thank you very much for the follows. Do they have a name? Their name is the first name is Main and their last name is Anime Protagonist. It's a strange name, but it's fairly common in some parts of the world. Often some parts in the internet, actually, you find a lot of people with that kind of name, yeah. Like I'm looking at a real person. I mean, look at this guy. All right, cool. Let's see what they look like when we run the game. I mean, it's just gonna look like this, but okay. Wait, we've got. Here you go, full screen. There they are. They could be a little bigger. Transform. Scale. Twice as big. There we are. Let's go, buddy. All right. Now we need to move them around. I've seen some stuff with this before. I think there's like a... Might be in the project settings input map. This one here. Add action. How does this work? Ooh, localization. I'm gonna have to spend some time in here at some point. Add new action. Move. How is this like a move x-axis or move x? Add event. W. Is this just positive in that direction? Because what if I want a controller, right? Joypad axis. Left stick left, left stick right. Can I not just say left stick? It's like positive and negative. Also, W is never going to be
boy.
that. It would be D. Can this not be an axis that just has positive and negative? Do I have to separate left and right? Joystick 2 left. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at, right? Sorry. Do you already know what kind of game you're going to make? Yes, yes, I do. Yeah, you guys couldn't see the menu, sorry. Will this be a combat game? You'll have to wait and see. It's a game, yeah. I've done a thing and may have sent it. Oh, really? Where did you send it? Ooh.
Vamos!
Okay, Frenchie. Okay, 1 second. Fretchy just made this. Very good. Very good. Okay, so see with this here, it looks like. Well, I think maybe what I should do is I should put the left stick in here. Oh, maybe I'll put the left stick in here too, and it'll still map to move X. So if I do, so this will be, I don't know actually. Let's get rid of one of these. Let's just start outputting something. Oh boy, D or D. Just, oh my God, just D please. Cool. So if I click this should open Visual Studio Code. Oh, here we are. We got this thing. Okay, so how do we get input Godot? C#. Is action pressed? Don't know what the axis though. Can we name Gembot? Oh, I love French. Let's go. They're in. They're in the building. Jason chat, looking forward to working together this morning. Nice. Posture check and hydrate. Thank you. All right, so that's an event. Query to get the state of an input. Feels weird. Make character move. Godot tutorial. Ooh, that's my phone again. I'm seeing some get access, input.get access. That's what I'm looking for. Jeez. Ooh, and get joy access. Interesting. And then I'll probably have the name. Negative action, positive action. Interesting. Okay, so what do we have it called? Here again. You guys can't see this. Move X. Okay. Move X. Thanks for the follows on Tetscan and Tom Deere. And the sub with from Flaming Flamingo. Thank you very much. Doc Fido as well. Taylor Davies. Thanks for the follows, everyone. gd.print this negative action and positive action. So positive, right. This feels weird. This is what I'm doing. Does Godot use mono? I think so. I can use you on my resume as a reference. I'll write you a glowing one. Move X minus. This feels strange to me, but let's just keep rolling with it for now. A. Okay, that's X plus and minus. So we look down the bottom here, we should get some stuff you guys can't see actually. Let me do this. Got some numbers down here. One sec. There we are, and they're changing. Well, one of them is changing. We get this. Interesting. This display capture thing is terrifying. Not that there's anything open, that's a problem, but okay. Whoop, that was supposed to be X, Y, negative. Like this. That was the problem there. There we go. We got one when I hold left, and then negative one when I hold right. It should be the other way around, but we can look into why that is. Why is that? This says, oh, negative action first. Yeah, that's why. So that does make sense. Okay, now in that case, I'm kind of curious about controller now. What happens when I... Joypad axes. Left stick left. Old devices. We'll leave it like that for now. It's got a dead zone here for the controllers. Let's see if that works. Let's just test it, I guess. Should be able to just run from here. I have a... Wait. Oh! Oh! Look at that, folks! Actually works! That's me slowly moving the stick. The number goes up, and then it goes back down. And then, like, to the left, we get negatives. Going to -1. You have controller input. Day one of the rest of my life. Yeah, we'll see. Or at least a portion. We'll see how it goes. The no backseating or spoilers tag is kind of funny. Look, I don't want anyone to spoil how this ends. All right? I don't want anyone to tell me the ending. I don't want to know the ending. All right? Let me just sit back, write it out, figure it out myself. Okay, so in that case, let's do move Y, I guess. I really don't like that it's this way, but maybe there's like, it's not that big of a deal. It would have just been nicer if I could have just made like a move X and then like define what was left and what was right. Is there still a way to do that? I mean, I could do some... There might be some reason for it being this way, so I'm just going to roll with it. There might be that I'm just not thinking of. And I can already think of, like, interesting ways if I want to generalize things where, because it's string-based, I can build it out with, like, a negative or positive, you know? You should be able to take the values of each conflicting side, add them together. You know what I mean? So like if I just did like a oh yeah, I mean this already does it, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Cool. So let's in that case, let's make the vertical ones. Move Y plus. Move Y negative. Here we're gonna add plus. Wait, so is plus gonna be shit? 0, 0 is the top left, or is it the top? This guy. Character. Your position right now is 426.72, 258. So 0, 0 is top left. So plus is gonna move him down. Got it. So move Y plus will be down. So that'll be S. Oh, the food, shit. W. Maybe I should do up and down for these as well. Up. Can I add both? Up or up? Okay, D or D. Wait, no, this was, this is D, that's right. But then this is also right. 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 Wait, where's the arrow? Here, right. Oh. Okay, I searched for the wrong thing. So that's right. Why is this D or D physical or D Unicode? No, it's just D. A physical. I wonder what the difference is. Right, so we can add left. Oh, it's because of this. Left. S is down. Left stick down. It's also the down arrow. W is up. And then left stick up. should be that. So we can probably just do like a is it string dot format? I don't remember how this works. Is it percentage %F? Percentage %F. I don't know if that works or not. And then we'll do this kind of thing. X, Y. I didn't see red squiggly lines, so that's a good start.
Oh boy!
Hey, Jim Bob by heart.
Spike! Holy shit with the resub. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you. Holy crap, there's another dude. I don't even remember hearing this. Baron Yeti with a resub as well. Thank you very much for the two of you. But Spike, what the hell? 42 months. Holy cow, my dude. Thank you so much. And thanks for the follows, Fragment Ventures, Wiscontro, and Hatrick, and Vimius as well. And we got ads in 20 seconds, I think. So I can get up and take a break. But let's quickly launch this, and let's see if my text thing worked. I didn't get any errors, so that's good. Okay, because this isn't right. This doesn't do anything. Fuck. I don't remember how to do string.format on C#.
Oh boy!
I don't want ads.
Don't want ads? Thank you very much, Fretchy, for the resub. Much appreciated. String.formats. The ads haven't started yet, but they will soon. Is this not how you do it? Oh, no, that's not how you do it. Oh, you use numbers? Am I thinking of C++? Oh, I think I'm just confusing myself. It's like this in C#? Like this? Oh, I was thinking of C++. Okay, my bad. All right. The ads haven't started yet. All right, numbers. Oh, it's working! Ads! All right, I'm going to take a quick ads. 3-minute break while the ads are running. All right, quick break. I'll be right back. I'm back. HelloFresh is brought in. Hope we're all doing well. We made some progress. All right. Now we should just move the character. We have our inputs. We have the inputs that we need. Might as well just move the character. I mean, I would do it. Okay. How do we move characters? Transform.x, that's it. .x and y. So something we can learn here is it seems like I can expose variables to the editor through here. Thank you very much for the follows, Crazy and Doc Dork. Thank you. Can we get that as a sound command? Yeah, sure. I'll add it to my notepad. We'll see if it happens or not. Public int. Wait, speed. I guess an int is fine. Sure. Int speed. Movement speed. I don't know. 5, 10. So why did you go into Godot when you were C++? Why not Unreal? Yeah, like as I was saying before, Unreal Engine is just way too bulky for what I need. Way too bulky. And then I think I said this before, but also like I've worked with Unreal Engine for like 8 years. I'm sick of working with Unreal Engine. Something that like I've always done ever since I was like a young programmer was that I always learned a bunch of different languages, and I always like learned different systems and stuff like that. And like whenever I would get a new project, I would just like so there was like a job that I had, and I was tasked to create this whole like back end for this website as well as the front end, and that like editing the back end, whatever. Like anyways, the whole like piece of like software. And like I would just be like, yeah, okay, sure, I'm gonna use this language and this architecture that I have no experience with. Like I would just always do that, so I could just learn all these different systems, and that has always been like that has always served me pretty well. I think that helps a lot. It helps me pick things up pretty quickly, so learn the way that different things are done. I don't know if it's necessarily better or worse, because at the end of the day, am I the best C++ programmer? Absolutely not. Like my depth of knowledge of C++ is just not as deep as people who've just like done nothing with but that. And likewise with like C# and things like that. But I'm not creating like world-class software. I just kind of make games that need to do what they need to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've heard about the dolphin guy. I've seen some YouTube videos. Yeah. Can you use JavaScript in Godot? Wait, maybe actually. No, it doesn't look like it. You can use C#. You can use C++ as well. But then you need like extra stuff. Did you learn how to make APIs? Yep. My first job was working on this piece of software that for a theme park. That also had to integrate with their website, and if you guys have ever heard of Salesforce, I think like a lot of people use Salesforce. It's like their payment kind of whatever system, and so we had this other system that like glued those things together and then did some extra stuff specifically for the theme park. And we had like these cool things like if you get these like wristbands, you can scan stations or whatever. Like we would work on like interesting stuff like that. And yeah, for that, it's like, you know, you've got other software that you don't control that have APIs, and we had to make our own and then have them call ours and things like that. Lots of experience with Salesforce, yeah. Why not using Godot's GD script? I really like C# and I miss using it. That's basically it. I haven't used it in a long time. Thanks, Milana, for the follow, and Draclith and Taco. Thanks, everyone. All right, this is the movement speed. Transform. Let's see. For the sake of practice here, I want to see how the Vector 2s work. How do I get my transform? Can I go this dot? Transform. How do I... Is this transform? Is it lowercase transform? Capital T, transform. No, it's not just transform. Wait, what is my movement? Character body 2D. Oh, do I not have it? But I have a transform. No? What? Do I not have a transform that's exposed to me? Did I inherit from the wrong thing? Let's check Godot again. Inherits character body. No, that's not character body 2D. A 2D physics body specialized for characters moved by script. Okay. So what I'm thinking then is maybe we rename character controller, maybe. Is there like a quick way to refactor this? Control Shift R. I renamed to type to character controller. Hopefully that just fucking works. And then we can parent this to character, what was it called? Character body 2D, this one. And then here, transform. Now we have a transform, X and Y. Okay, so this transform here is a, you guys can see this, right? Yeah, you can, nice. Is a transform.2D. Position. Transform.x. Okay, you have to do them individually. I was hoping that I could just set the vector, but I guess that's not a thing. Node 2D. Wait, was I not Node 2D before? What was I before? Oh, it was just a node. But now I'm Node 2D. Okay, so let's do this again.
Oh boy!
Never Hear 69 just gifted 5 subs.
Whoa! Never here. Yo! With the 5 gifted. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you. It helps a lot. Pause to check and hydrate. Thank you very much, Archer Boy. I have to run to work. Okay. Thank you very much for the gifted subs and have a good day at work. Take care. Shaker Snail, thank you very much for the follow. Missed and you don't know Jack. We're first creating Hypercard. What's Hypercard? Thank you very much for the follow. Ozet? Hypercard. Flat file database with a graphical, flexible. Oh, weird. Wild. Right, so this transform is not in this file. Instead, it's in Node2D, right? It inherits from that. Okay. Anyway. Plus equals is here. It's complaining, and I'm not sure why. That's pretty cool. Cannot modify the return value because it's not a variable.
Oh boy!
Wow, 30 months. That's like at least 17 weeks.
Yo, right? At least Morgantic, thank you very much for the sub. 30 months, that's wild. That's wild, thank you. This thing uses some velocity thing. Is velocity what's going to be added to your... They use velocity instead. Like this. Velocity equals. No, this is like some physics shit, but I don't want to do physics. Input direction of speed. Oh, vector 2. Yo! Whoa, 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 whoa. New technique unlocked! Is this a... Get vector. Oh my god. Negative X, positive X.
Gee Willikers.
Jace has just leveled up. New technique got.
Yep, damn straight. Now we're cooking with gas. Ah, string. Ah. Y plus. Like this. This gets input vector, returns a vector 2. By default, the dead zone is automatically calculated from the average of the action dead zones. Interesting. What's the issue with this? Is this a value to... Roslyn? Roslyn's here is always on my ass, dude. Come on, Roslyn. Give me a break. Unnecessary assignment of a value to input. Is it? What's wrong? What's wrong with this? It's the same as the tutorial. Okay, it's fine. Oh, it was because I didn't use it. That's probably why. Cool. We should probably do delta. right? Wait, right? Let's just do this. Here we go, folks. Ready? Nothing's happening. Oh.
Oh boy!
Love you, Jace, you cutie pie. Excited to see how this game goes. Jim Bartrans Heart Glitch 115 Strum Cute Lirio 1 Bongo and 1 ST3R 9 Rain Chacos.
And 1 ST3R. Thank you very much for the sub, Sarah. Appreciate it. Nothing's happening when it's ready for alpha release. True. Wait, it's not... There's no output, even. Wait, I fucked something up. This isn't even running. Why? Wait. What's going on? Was it because I changed the, Oh, is this not running the code anymore? Did I break it? My character. Character controller, that's the problem. This is a my character which doesn't exist anymore. No, it does. What's this script here? Yep. That's code that doesn't exist. So what if we, can I just do this? Where do I see my code? Here. Node, script. You guys can't see this, it's behind my camera. There we are. So this is going to be the correct script now, at least. That's good. Also, I don't see my variable. I think there needs to be an export. But we can check that in a second. Let's just go for it. Oh my god. Character body script inherits from native type character body 2D, so it can't be assigned to an object of type sprite 2D. Who's doing that? Oh, it can't be assigned to an object of type sprite 2D. Right, this guy's a sprite 2D. I can't, right, okay. So then what I need to do is I need to add this child thingy here. So this will be character body 2D. That's what I need to add instead. Then we can take the sprite, we can put it under here. Get rid of this script. How do I remove the script here? Clear. And then add that here. So now the script is running on a character body 2D. Oh shit, I didn't. Is this gonna work now? Okay, we're getting output. All right, we're getting output again. That's good. Not moving. Velocity. Looks like I need to call a function called move and slide at the end. After I get the input, what's move and slide? Move and slide. So this is an inbuilt movement function. Probably does stuff like helps you push against walls. Moves the body based on character body 2D velocity. If the body collides with another, it will slide along the other body. Right. Okay, let's just go with that for now. So instead, you don't... Right. So it seems like you don't manually move the transform of the thing around. There are these like helper functions, like move and slide. There was like move and collide as well, wasn't there? Move and collide, which probably does some other behavior. And which I can look into another time. And those will take care of the movement. So let's give this a shot, see if this works. Getting ready to get some food. Okay, Anna, take care. Hello, Gollum. Not only does Australia not exist, that code written by Australians does not exist. Yes, you saw it here first. It's a dumb question, but doesn't movement speed need to be lowercase? No, movement speed was a local variable, right? So I don't think I need to... That could be whatever, I think. Or, well, yeah, it's a member variable, whatever, of the class. Should be fine. Okay, well, vámonos. Here it is. Here it is. Are you guys ready? Are you guys fucking ready? This is gonna be it. Pause the music. Pause the music. Get ready. Oh, he's going! Look at him go! Oh
Vamonos!
my god! Look at that! Holy shit! Oh, yes, 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 yes! Controller? Oh, we got controller support! Woo! Yeah! Look at him go! There's no stopping this guy. Holy shit! Can you believe it? I certainly can't. Actually good. Actually good. Shut up and take my money, yeah. Controller support, one up and satisfactory day one. Yeah. What can I say? What can I say? All right. The movement speed was kind of ass. I think this is like export. I think according to this tutorial I've got open. Now they use a I forget what they're called in C#, but you've got the get and set like default function things in the curly braces. I don't remember why that's better. I don't even know if it is better. But let's go without that and see if the member variable gets exposed. I'm currently not seeing it. Okay, let's do it their way. How do I expose variables to the editor? Godot expose variable to editor. C#.
Oh boy!
KT, hi, thank you very much for the sub, and link with the follow, Ven, for the follow as well, thank you. Okay, important side question. Do you pronounce Godot, or Godot? Godot. I've heard Godot, I've heard got it. I go with Godot. In Unity, we got serialized field. Yeah, I think something similar. I think there's something similar here. Exporting is done by using the export attribute, which is what I believe I did here. Export attribute. Public int. After building the current project, it will be visible in the property editor, which is a complete and utter lie. I'm literally being lied to right now. Can you believe it? What's this thing? This node has no shape, so it can't collide or interact. Consider adding a collision shape. You guys can see this. Consider adding a collision shape 2D or collision polygon 2D as a child to define its shape. Alright, relax. Jeez, this editor is getting almost as annoying as Roslyn. Okay, so let's do that then. Collision shape 2D. Oh my god, what now? A shape must be provided. Alright, relax. Shape. Sure. Rectangle is fine. Can I make this a child of this character? That doesn't like that? Okay. We should probably set this character to 0, actually, their position. And then we can set the collision to 0 as well. And then we can change its size. Oh. And then I can move the whole thing now. Put him down there like that. All right, now everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Except I'm not happy. Oh. I'm not happy because my variable isn't exposed. Why? Did I build it? All right. Look, I don't need your fancy, you know. Did I build it? I don't need your feedback. I got this. All right. I got this. I thought it auto-built when I came back here. Like most other times, every time I click back here after I've made some changes in the code, yeah, okay, but all right, build. Got it. That's how I pronounce it. Got it. First dev stream said past you in the vid, so hello. Okay. So now we can change their speed right here. See up here? We can just change it to whatever we want. We'll go with 120. All right, here we go. Oh, we're gaming! All right, wait. Weird thing, though. I didn't multiply by delta because the tutorial didn't multiply by delta. But does this function handle that? I mean, it doesn't say that it uses it. To 420? Yeah, we can do that. Gas! We're gonna step on the gas tonight!
Vamonos!
Yeah, something worse than something not working for an unknown reason is something working for an unknown reason. That's always scary. I want to let you know that your video about setting a routine has inspired me to follow suit to work on my book. Nice! That I've put off for many years. Thank you. No worries. No worries. I'm glad that that has been helpful to you. And best of luck with your book. Export category. Interesting. Let's try that one. Export category. My script. Whoop. My script. We'll make a movement. Movement. So now, do I have to rebuild? Probably, right? Building. Oh, look at that. Look up here. Movement. Pretty good. Motion mode. Grounded or floating. Interesting. All right. There was something that I wanted to do, and I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh, that's right. It was this Delta thing. I really need to know. Move and slide. Godot. Docs. Documentation. Character body 2D, 3D. Wait, is this exactly where I was before? No, it's not. Here we are. Move and collide. And then collision. This mentions delta. Move and collide. This method takes one required parameter, vector 2, indicating the body's relative movement. Typically, this is your velocity vector multiplied by the frame time step. So the tutorial just didn't do that, which is bizarre. So we should do that. Okay. This is complaining because we have a vector multiplied by double. Okay. Vector multiplied by an int multiplied by double. I guess we do this, right? But this is probably still gonna end up being a double. Wait, how do people handle this then? If we get the double in, do people cast this to a float? Because float would work, right? Yeah, then this is okay. Is this what people do? They just cast it to a float? Float would be enough. I'm just curious as to why it's double then, if everyone's always going to be casting it a float. I mean, I suppose if you have the extra precision, then that's just nice to have, but you've seen that done a lot? Okay, interesting. It will work. It's just I don't understand. That's all. The overwhelming amount of times you would ever use delta will be as a float, probably. But I guess having it as a double means you do have the precision if you need the precision. I feel like it's annoying 99% of the other times. You know what I mean? But okay, sure, whatever. Learning. Posture check and hydrate from Silver Phoenix. Thank you. Whoa, you have to be careful with Godot. Some of its methods account for delta time by themselves, and some don't. What? Okay, in that case, I was reading about move and collide. Move and slide? I can see here in the docks, they're casting Delta to float as well. In the documentation. Yeah. And they're multiplying Delta, so I guess that's that then. Alright, interesting. Solved. Good to see you here, Bits, by the way. By the way, just a shout out shout out to Bits for helping me out. By the way, Bits has helped me keep my routines going all last week. This dude would hang out with me on call just to make sure that I get up get out of bed on time. It's a big shout out to Bits. Is this correct? Did I shout out the right person? I did. Nice. Been like his PA. Yeah. Thank you, Bits. Appreciate it. Konnichiwa. Oh, I don't know. そんな感じちょっと読めないんですけど、ちょっと確認します。
Oh boy!
お邪魔します。OK。お邪魔します。ようこそ。Welcome in. Small anime tree subscribed. Actually, we need a small anime tree right now to process collision. You want to jump in the game? Hey, Summer Child. Okay. Does it add or set? We'll see. Irashai. Is irashai the proper response to ojamashimasu? Because I've heard it before, but I just didn't know how to respond. Does this have a velocity? Okay. Let's make a shitty tree real quick. Bum, 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 bum. Where's my A sprite? Where you at? Let's make a shitty tree. Time for a shitty tree. Oh, this sucks. This will work. See everything? Yep. That looks like a fucking ball sack. Oh, Jesus. I saw my fucking Twitch career flash before my eyes. Oh, fuck. First and last stream, dev stream.
Balls are touching.
Right?
No.
Yeah, that was a no, for sure. This looks like a hand. Mm-hmm. I wish I had another brown. Wait, what's going on here? Whatever. Sure. Um.
Oh boy!
Sounds like shit. Which means, tasks failed. Task failed successfully. If we do a bit of one of these. Jeez, this looks like ass. Okay, well, that's a treat. The light comes from the left apparently, but it probably doesn't work very well on the other guy. All right, we have this. Let's go back to Godot. Oh, whoops. Why isn't it here? Wait, what? I messed something up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Never mind. It's here now. You have treat. Cool. Runs through the trees from A Link to the Past. Nice. I love that game. That's a weird looking ass then. Looks like a tree. It does. I see you started using Godot using C#. Yeah, using C#. Okay. So, in that case, now I want like a tree. So that would mean I can add a child node, which can be, it will need the collision, but the tree itself, could that just be a sprite 2D? It's just a sprite 2D, right? That makes sense. General purpose sprite. And then the texture can just be, can I drag and drop this on? I can. This is a very big guy, by the way. Also on my tile sheet, I still have like my tile map. I could also make like a bunch of things here too.
Oh boy!
Minecraft sapling, yeah. Stixers, thank you very much for the resub. Also, XM Atheist for the follow. Atomic Hooves with a sub before as well. T-Man, Justiarda, thank you for the follow. Uncle Nummy, thank you. Das Arma, Weepiest Lemon, thanks everyone. It's one big Jace, it really is. All right, so let's make this bigger. Transform. Four. There we go. That's what we're talking about. It's a big tree. And then also on the tile map, we can mess around with some things as well. Like here, like this fence here. That could be sick.
Boy!
Juffy_ gifted Dermazil a subscription. Juffy_ gifted a tier 1 sub to Dermazil.
Thank you very much, Juffy, for the gifted sub to Dermazil. Much appreciated. Thank you. How do I tile set? Paint. Oh, here? Select a property editor. I forgot how to do this. Tile map. Tile set. Paint. Double click. I'm having a fucking aneurysm right now. How does this work exactly? Paint. Are these not included? It should be. Because I know I deleted these ones, right? And then I can add them back in. Somehow I added them back in. Setup. Create tiles. I'm disable eraser. Look, I'm not the fucking smartest person in the world, but there's no way. Paint properties. And then I can choose a thing that I want. Okay, so this is properties baked into the tiles that I don't want to edit, I think. So I go to the tile map instead. These are the ones that I've deselected, so I can't select these anymore. But when I paint things, they disappear. This is blue? But this is blue. Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Okay. Eat my ass. All right, I got it. It's fine. We're good. We're good.
Vamonos!
Yeah, vamonos. We're good. Look at this. It's all working now. There's nothing to see here.
You're giving me a fuckle.
Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. Can I put this on a different layer?
My wounds, boy!
My wounds, boy. This is interesting. Right, see, because you would think that we could put this on top, right? But this tile map space is taken up by this thing. So, here, layers. What's layers? Add element. Modulate. Terrain sets, navigation layers. This is just something I need to Google later, I think. What are these layers? What's this layer? Oh, you guys can't see this. It's behind my head. Okay, we're in one of the layers. How do I add a second layer? Let's Google it. Godot tile map. Add layer. Using tiles. Multiple tiles in one position? Question mark. Create a second tile map. You can use the same tile set on both tile maps. Okay. You got it. You got it, Chief. I'll do it. I gotta make a second one up here, maybe? I can't do it down here, I assume? Layer 0. Wait. Terrain sets, navigation layers. No. How do I add this layer? Can I add one more of these? I would love to. Setup. Automatically replace tiles with proxies. I don't know what that means. I think I can make another tile map like up here, but I don't really want to do that. Add a second tile map. Tile set at the bottom. Yeah, that's down here, right? So this is the tile set that we're working with. And I want to make a different tile map. How do I make a new tile map? Is it this up here? Tile map. Do I now have two tile maps? This can use the same...
Ads! Ads!
Ads. All right. I'm using 4.1. Godot 4.1. I'll be right back. 3 minutes. See you soon. See you soon. Sinescu, thank you very much for the sub. I'll be right back.
Ads! Ads!
We are back. We are back. We are back. Looking at chat right now. Squid Apophis says it's so you can erase a line and a box as well. That actually makes sense. So, for example, if we go here, you know, we can draw. If I pick something, we can draw this, right? Right? And then we can erase that. We can draw a square, and then we can erase a square, right? That's why it's like that. So that actually makes a lot of sense. But it was, yeah, just confusing for me at first. Okay, so Can I add like, does this make sense if I add a child node here, which will be like just a node 2D, and this is kind of like a folder? So like if I rename this to, suddenly this doesn't make any sense, but it could be like tile maps. Very good. I was gonna call it background. Well, no, background does make sense still. Backgrounds here, right? And then we take both tile maps, put it here. This will be, I don't know, like bottom layer. These are bad. Detail layer or foundation layer. And this one will be detail layer. And this will actually go back to being tile maps. There we are. Very good. Now this one here needs a tile set. So I create a new one. Has no source configured. Okay. Oh shit, the fuck. I forgot something. Trash that. Nope, trash it again. This was 64, wasn't it? That's better. And then, so I guess what we would probably do is for here, if I just want this to be details.
Oh boy!
What's that? Shakes with a sub, thank you very much. Also, Sinescu, I can't remember if I thought that I thanked you for your sub or if I did actually thank you for your sub. So if I didn't, then thank you for your sub. Delete. These aren't details. That's like water? Actually, this water could be cool. These aren't details either. Whatever, who cares? Sure, let's just roll with that for now. That's fine. Now I have a tile map. Okay. Fuck. There we are.
Oh boy!
Lamandro with a sub. Thank you very much. And the follow. Thank you. Just popping in before work. Good luck on your game dev journey. Excited to see what comes from it. Thank you very much. Add layers in inspector, tile map, layers. Add elements. In Godot 4, you can add layers in inspector. Inspector, which is this. Tile map, layers. Add element. This is what I was doing before. Oh, there they are! That was the first thing I did. You guys can't see this. Fuck. Here is the first thing I did and was like, that can't be it. Okay, in that case, let's hide this detail layer and keep going with this. If that's the case. So this is a layer. And this is a different layer. Oh. Oh, damn. Damn. So this layer here, I'll call it base layer and then detail layer. And then here, look, we got base and detail. Not bad. Thank you. All right, so then this can go away. This can go away as well. We can just call this tile map now. Modulate. Oh, you can modulate the color? Oh, you can. Sick. Flaredon, thank you very much for the follow. Y sort enabled. Yeah, I want that on here. So let's experiment with some Y sorting too. So let's draw these guys. Put them like here. We've got my shitty tree somewhere as well. There it is. Base layer kind of sucks with this green. Let's make it like this weird gray. Or can't you do this thing where it like randomizes while you paint? I think you can, but I'm gonna look at that later. I don't need that right now. This green is fine. Whatever. Who cares? I'm worrying about shit that doesn't matter. Okay. As per usual. It's very good. Yep, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense if you ask me. So what I want to do now is I want to what would be sick is if I can use your words, Jace. Collide, right? So I stop myself from hitting these things if I bump into them. What would be really good is if I can walk behind these flowers, and if I can walk behind a part of this tree, that would be really cool too. Y sort enabled on the detail layer. Maybe? What happens if I do this? I'm moving really slowly. How am I not moving quicker? That makes sense. The Y sort is not enabled on the tilemap node itself. Interesting. So, these are the properties or something that I need to... Place random tile. Oh, yo, cool. Sick. Looks great. New tactic unlocked. What was I doing again? Y sort origin. Interesting. How do I set the Y sorts? Is it here? Because here I can like set up, right? I'm gonna raise right now. So if I do this, I can erase those. If I do this, I can paint them back in. Okay. Select this. Y sort origin. Oh, sick. How would this work? I think it's like that. We'll check it. $32. We can test it. This is still complaining though. That's okay. Let's look into why I'm not moving very quick. What, string? Cannot convert method. Wait, is this, what is this? Read only. Oh, it's a method. You're right. Right. Thank you. $16. Okay. Now I've upped the speed. 33. One multiplied by... Wait, how small is the delta? Shouldn't that be units per second? Isn't that what that means when you multiply it by delta? Yeah. You're setting the velocity by multiplying delta, you're setting to a lower velocity. Yeah. Yep, I should probably be working. Hello from the US, Jace. Happy you're out doing your own thing. Thank you very much. And welcome. Yeah, I know that will get smaller. It just feels like it's unreasonably small. I kind of thought that when you multiply something by delta, isn't that supposed to be that it's that many units per second? As opposed to per frame? Isn't that what delta does? So if I set something to 100 multiplied by delta, that means we got 100 units per second instead of 100 units per frame. Delta is what? Milliseconds, yeah. So if it feels unreasonable for me on a map where, you know, like, you know, it's Dude, can I just move this guy? Uh, 1920 divided by 2 is 964.80. That's there. I mean, it's like about 1,000 pixels. Well, it's up here. Look. Right, so it's like 1,200 or something. So this 2,000 should get across the screen in like half a second. Delta is not constant, is it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's constant. It's not supposed to be constant. That's why it's supposed to give you a constant speed over time. That's what the delta is for. So that even if the difference between frames changes, overall you will still travel the same amount of distance in the same amount of total time. It's oddly fun just watching you work. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying your flare, Don. I want a 2 meters per second. Delta since last frame 0.2. I move 2.02. That's per frame though. Because your velocity does not depend on the frame time. Doesn't it? Wait, is this the thing that I'm misunderstanding? The engine does position plus velocity times delta by itself, so you don't have to use delta. This is what I was like asking before, and then I'm literally looking at the documentation from the Godot website, and they have move and collide velocity multiplied by float delta. So that would make sense. That makes more sense to me if it's doing that under the hood, but that's not apparent to me at the moment. So like if we get rid of this and just test it out, and we set this to about like 1200, this should get me across the screen in about 1 second. There we go. 1, yeah. 1. Is the engine really... Well, that's the thing that I would like to know. I don't mind if it's doing that under the hood or not. I just need to know if it's doing it under the hood or not. You know? What are we doing today? Learning the engine, doing some different things. The engine position... Because that function does not use delta, it moves the object by a specified amount of space. But that amount of space you calculate yourself, which is why in that case you do multiply. Because that function does not use delta. What? Because that function does not use delta. It moves the object by a specific amount of space. But that amount of space you calculate yourself. Having an aneurysm. Having an aneurysm live on Twitch. In order to calculate how much to move each frame, you need your velocity multiplied by delta, right? Yes, that is how much to move each frame. Correct. If you do that, if you move your character by yourself each frame, you do that multiplication yourself. I see. Okay, let me re-explain it. And you can tell me if I'm wrong, okay? So this function, okay, because I'm not manually moving the character. What I'm doing is I'm setting the velocity, which is a change over time, right? And so all I'm doing is I'm setting what his velocity will be, and then the engine will take that velocity and calculate the next distance that he needs to travel over the next frame in order to do that, in order to achieve that velocity. I'm not moving him, I'm just setting his velocity. Okay. Yeah, I'm not working with the position directly. Got it. Actually, it's pronounced got it. Yeah, then that makes perfect sense. Now it makes sense to me. Now I have to do this part of my brain where I need to find a way to make sure, like, I deeply and mentally, like, solidify that. For some reason, that doesn't feel intuitive to me. But I think it's just because I don't think I've done it that way before. I think usually, I want to say in my experience, I would always just, like, affect the position instead of setting a velocity and letting something else do that for me. But that makes sense. Like, I should have been clued into this because it felt strange to me before that I was setting a velocity at all and not just, right? Like, if we go back in the VOD, there's the part where I was, like, working with the transform directly and I was just trying to set that, and that wasn't being set. Or like, I couldn't do it. All the tutorials were saying to set the vector, the velocity, and that's sort of the clue there. Got it. Mind bending. So you would only need to apply if you apply acceleration manually. Yeah, if I were to let's just say for argument's sake, I had the position. Hey, I do have the position, right? And I was gonna add some movement, right? So I'm gonna add movement to that, right? Movement speed, right? Now, this may not be correct. Seems like I can't access this or something. Whatever, who cares? Okay, for argument's sake, let's say this is what we were doing. I'm adding to the X, right? So every single frame, I'm going to move movement speed distance to the right. Every single frame. Now, if my frame rate doubles, then that means I'll move twice as quickly because I have twice as many frames, and therefore I'll have twice as much movement speed. Likewise, if my frame rate halves, I'll only run this half the amount of time, so I'll move half the speed. And that's where the delta time comes in. So the higher your frame rate, the smaller this number. And so that ultimately, over the span of 1 second, I will move movement speed if I keep multiplying it by delta, even if my frame speed, my time between frames changes. And in this case, that's the case because I'm actually changing the position directly. But in this case, what I'm doing is I'm setting a velocity. And a velocity isn't a different location. I'm not moving something. A velocity just says, this is the direction we're going to be going and how much we're going to be going over time. And then and then under the hood, I guess it does this part for me. It says, if I have this velocity, then on this frame, we will move this far in order to achieve that velocity. That's what's happening under the hood. That's the difference. Got it. Science. Yep. That's for the non-seasoned veterans in the chat, if any. This is bonkers. I didn't even realize this is part of game development. You're learning. You're going to learn a lot of things that are part of game development that game developers don't generally show. Including this, like, awkward struggle that I have right now that I think a lot of game developers are too ashamed to show. But it's really what it's like. Not, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people are better at this than I am, but, it just is what it is. Okay. Cool. So now that we've got this dude moving around, let's test that. Okay, I'm behind, but I'm never in front. it could be because of this error. A tile map layer is set as Y sorted. That's this here. This is set as Y sorted. But Y sort is not enabled on the tile map node itself. Is this the tile map node? Is this the tile map node? Are these the tile map nodes? Should these not be 32? What if I make them 0 again? But I added a layer. Like if I remove this, I don't think I want to remove that though. Tile map Y sort.
Hi.
Oh, found it. On the canvas item. Okay, so that error's gone now, but I don't know if it's if this works yet. No. Index 1. I don't think that will make a difference because they were always on top of him. That's... Wait, what is his Z index? Ordering. Y sort. Do I have to turn that on with this guy as well? Not sure. Wait, how the hell did they do that? Oh, must be something down here. Anyway. Does he have to have the same Z index as the... Oh! Okay. Now on top of these, detail layer, Z index 1. Wait, are you fucking kidding me? No. Do these need to be 1? Oh! Chat. Look, chat. He's behind and then he's in front. Oh my god. Okay. It's obviously not really the end result that we want, but I was trying to figure that thing out, and then there's some like offsets and stuff that we can work with. So if we were to do that, these guys here.
Mr. Gouda gave me a sub. I give you motivational support.
Thank
Good
you.
times on.
Thank you very much, Kisakas. Thank you very much for the resub. Thanks for the follows, everyone. Hand of Doom, Cyberspace, Razorblade, Meepone Dota. I love playing Meepo, by the way. Inguni, Pete, and Flareon. Yeah, thanks, everyone. Depth sorting. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So, does that mean, though, can I say that these should always be... Well, first of all, do these make a difference? If I set this to 0, do we get a different outcome? We do. Okay. So that data in the tile set is important, and we can set that to 2, so it's always in front of him. The next layer, because we'll never be taller than those, maybe what we can do here instead is if we take these, paint them like that. We take these, we paint those there. And then we take this and put that there. And then we erase these 2 sides. We can take this, put that there. And this, put that there. So then if we want to mess with the heights, these will probably all be 2. So we can change this up a little bit. Oh no, they are different. Cool. So we'll never be taller than that. No, I don't think so. And then these ones here, we might be. So if I set those to 1, these to 1. This one also needs a 1, but a Y sort origin needs to change. Actually, that might be a little bit. I was probably actually fine. These ones down here. We'll just play this to see how it looks. Oh. Kind of worked. This should be... I think always 2. Let's just set these to 2 for now. See if there's any weirdness. And then there's this part here at the bottom. which I think was okay. Let's take a look. Behind. The corner pieces are a bit fucked. Let's fix the corner pieces. Oh, it's these here. Yeah, right. So that would be 2 as well. Would be 2 as well. Also, wait, actually, I'm gonna move these over. Put it here so you guys can see better. All right, this guy's root position needs to change. Heroic Replicas, Dave, how you doing, buddy? Thank you very much for the sub. With your Epic Store bot, you might know this works on free games as well. Really? Oh shit. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you. Notepad. An amazing day. I'm having a good day, Corey. Thank you very much. State of Dave. Yeah. State of Dave. Wait, what? There's 2 of you. There's 2. Holy cow. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you, Dave. Bum, 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 ba-da-da. Put that there. Can I sample this? I can. Good. All right. So one strange thing right now is the center point of the character is in the middle, and maybe that's okay, but in terms of calculating Y sort, I don't think that's okay. So maybe I can just change the Y sort here? No? No. Maybe I should have my camera somewhere else, huh? You guys can't see this shit. Could just be as simple as moving this up. Like this. It's still centered on him. Why? Maybe for future, a scene that pops camera chat to the other side. Yeah, could be, could be. I mean, it might just be better if it's on the left-hand side. I'm not sure if there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Another thing that I could potentially do is, I wonder if I can I move the inspector? Is that like sacrilegious? Can I move that? Dock position. Oh my god, now we're cooking with gas. Oh boy. Wait, where'd my inspector go? Oh no! Where did it go? Wait, do I just need to click on something? Wait, where's my inspector? Anyone see it? Side arrows next to history. Oh, here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I could roll with something like this. I think I'd prefer it if it was this stuff. Go there. And then you also go there. And then you go down here. And then inspector, you go here. Node goes here. There we go. I feel like that makes sense. Can you move that panel with the mugshot to the trash bin? Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Lighthawk, thank you very much for the follow. And I think we got a sub. Thank you very much. I should probably be working. I hope you are working. You better be. Okay, there we are. How about a redeem to automatically move the character? That sounds like work. Meza had that at some point. Yeah, Meza had some cool stuff. Meza is pretty good with those fancy schmancy thingamajiggers. Okay, so now what I need to figure out. Yeah, that's right. Why is it that how do I up my resolution? Project settings. General. Resolution. Application run. How do I make the window? Here, window. Window. You guys can't see this. Close. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Godot. Helps a lot. Oh, you want a bigger window? You got it, Chief. All right, smartass. Okay. So what happens here? That's fine. Looks like the Y sorting is happening on the center of him. But when I go to him and I check the Y sort, I can't set his offset. Ordering. Doesn't have it either. Don't know if that needs it because it's just this on this. On the center of the sprite. I mean, see, that's why I moved the sprite and the collision off, right? Like you guys can see. Right? Like the center is down here at the bottom, right? It could be that it's using the sprite, but that seems strange to me, seeing as the sprite doesn't have white sword enabled. and that the parent, the character body 2D, does have it enabled. I don't know at what point it's doing the Y sorting. Blouse, thank you very much for the follow. Oh, Simon is here. How you doing, man? Need to change the stretch mode as well. Yeah, is that a setting? Primary windowed. How do I do stretch mode? Stretch here. Enable. Canvas. Items. Viewport. Let's try both of those. Okay. Viewport. Okay, neither worked. That's great. Oh, there's scale. I can just change the scale. Maybe that's all I needed to do. Or turn this back to what it was. Stretch, make it 2 times as big. Okay, now make the window also 2 times as big. Which is 2. The most bizarre numbers you'll ever see. That's 12, 8, 9, 6, okay. There we are. It's bigger for me. It won't make too much of a difference for you, I think, but... Can I do a stream recap? Sure, let's start from the beginning. Everything went swimmingly. Just got home playing, watching stream, playing Eve. Nice! I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Made some progress. I've learned a lot today about Godot. Okay, so... Just looking at a tutorial. I don't see how that's going to make a difference. Yeah, it doesn't. Movement's a little frustrating. How do I like the engine? So far, I mean, it seems pretty fine so far. Just need to learn it. That's all. But just noodling around, learning a lot. Child nodes with the highest Y position are drawn before those. Wait, with the highest? Yeah, but it starts from 0. So whatever is lower, drawn before those. Wait. Child nodes with the lowest Y position are drawn before those. what if we revert these positions? I don't see how that makes any sense. I wouldn't even want this to work, even if it does, and I don't think it will. It doesn't even make a difference. This is bananas to me. Bananas. Am I doing this the wrong way? What if this goes up? Starting to burn out a little, I think. Okay. But wait, why though? Why? Hang on a second, why? I don't understand. Is this affected by the collider? The collider doesn't do anything at the moment yet, though. It just kind of sits there. Is the game done yet? Nearly. This is just one more bug to fix. Use the sprite offset. Is that a thing? Oh, it is a thing. Here we are. Instead of that, I don't know why that matters since this is a child. Oh wait, this is offsetting by, okay wait, if this was 0, okay, so I need minus 24. Collision. Oh jeez. So that's good. Oh, actually works. Actually works. Holy shit, actually works. This will get easier over time when you're less confused by everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I actually, like, I don't know how it feels for you guys watching, but I'm gonna snooze this ad. I actually love this, like, because I know that, like, this precise process here is like 100% the quickest I'm going to be learning, you know? Like, I've learned so many things already just from today, and like that friction that I'm feeling, like that's fucking learning. That's what it is. And I know it's happening. So I'm super happy. I'm super excited. Like, I'm good. I'm super good. It's so yeah, I'm really happy with the progress today. Yep. So this is pretty good. need to figure out how I want to do these offsets here. I guess because there's one up. Maybe I need to add like an extra little something. Yep. I want a game dev. I've got so many ideas I want to have in a game. Go for it. Start working on it.
Vamonos!
Especially with you. It's really interesting to watch the learning process, especially with you knowing game engines already. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm glad I'm learning. Would have been really bad otherwise. Yeah. Everybody has to go through this. Every new interface takes time to learn. Yep, absolutely. So it's okay. Like, the thing is, I just need to chill, and I'm chilling. I'm good. Just keep doing this. Like, folks, in like 2 months, right, when we do these dev streams, we're not going to have these issues, right? Right? Pause to check and hydrate. Thank you. Surely. Yeah, we'll be struggling with other stupid shit. Not which button do I click in the editor. Soon you will need a community manager to smooth things over. No, I think we got a good gang here. All's good. I'll just do my best. A lot of people have proven that you're already quite patient and accepting of mistakes and things like that. So I don't think there's anything to stress about. Just got to do my thing. Okay, so in that case, these ones here need to change. Thanks for the follows. Deadlock, Silence, I want to say. Cube 2, thank you. These ones. So these ones currently... What happens with these? They're currently always... So at this point I should be in front of it. Okay, so those ones need to be... all of these ones here need to be Z index 1. That's this one, this one. How do I... Like that. Okay, those need to be Z index 1. It could be that all of these need to be Z index 1, but their Y offsets need to be like really, really, really low. Okay, let's try and reason my way through this one and not just push random numbers. The point at which my Y will cross over should be one whole tile below what it is, I want to say. Because it's one tile up, right? So if I add one whole tile, because I think I want it to be in the same position as this one. And this one is 12 down from its origin. I think I do. And these are 64. I think these are 64. So this one here. If I make this 32, that's going to be on the line, right? Yeah. So if I make that 64, that's one whole tile down. Then plus 12 is 76. This feels real... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Okay. That feels really hard codey, though. Is it, though? I mean, maybe this will be standardized later when I have a better idea of how big my tiles are, how big my characters are, things like that. Oh, ads starting soon. Oh, let's fucking go! Oh, actually good. Okay. Okay. So we don't have Z, Y sorting on this yet. We can do that. All right. All right. Just in time for the ad. I think the ads are going to be running very soon. Look at him go. Look at him go. Hell yeah. Actually gaming now. So weird seeing sunlight in your window. It's 2:20 a.m. for me. You know what? The sun, well, not anymore, but a couple months ago, maybe like 1 month ago, the sun would like, you'd start seeing it poke up over the horizon at 2:20 a.m. here. Japan? I'm not in Japan. No. I'm in Sweden.
Ads!
Ads.
Ads! Ads! Ads!
Actually gonna take a bio break. I'll be right back, folks. So 3-minute ads. We'll be right back. Take a break. Stretch your legs. Get some water. All right. See you soon.
Oh boy!
Welcome back from the ads, everyone. Duke Fox with a sub. Thank you very much. Thank you. Cool. So let's play around with Y or Y sort. Yep. Request an accent. Accent for Jace sprite in Godot, please. All right. Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second.
Balls are touching.
It's true. One second. I'm gonna do this for you guys. 1 sec. Okay, you guys ready for the accent? You guys ready?
Howdy, partner. My name's Jace, and I'm a little sprite, and I'm perfectly white sorted. Vamonos!
The downside here is that it's very hard for me to get back to my scene the way that it was. Hey, hold on a second. I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck. I can't get back. Help. Oh my god. All right, we're good.
My wounds, boy!
My wounds, boy. Oh. It's the outro song. End of stream. Bye, everyone. Control Z is the great undoer. Yeah. Okay, so if this is a thing that has Y sort, then it probably has the offset here, which is what we can use. And we can say that the Y sort will be on the origin, which will be not where the offset, which will... That's probably how that works, which is now there. Y sorting is on. Okay. Works like a fucking charm. Why? Did I... Position? That should be fine. Did I do it the wrong way or something? But why sort though? Yeah. I think that might have been longer than 60 seconds. Can you please add a stream marker for Mason? All right. I've set a marker for Mason. I may have set one before Mason, but if I didn't, go back like a minute or so, and I'm stuck in 2D land. All right. Pretty sure you're meant to be able to walk over to... You're right, actually, I drink games. Things are working correctly. You're right. I really am struggling understanding this fucking Z as relative. Node's Z index is relative to its parent. Yeah, so we're the same Z index, right? Yeah, all the things that are being Y-sorted are on the same Z index, because if we're on different Z indexes, then it doesn't need Y sorting. So that makes sense. Why doesn't this work? Y sorting only affects children that inherit from canvas item. Does Sprite 2D inherit from canvas item? I think it does. Godot. It does. Yes, it does. Oh, interesting. Is it the scale? Is it because I'm scaling? Shouldn't matter. That feels like a Y puzzle. It is a yeah. It's definitely a Y position offset. But then, like, I was thinking that the Y sort would be working from the origin, right? So if I offset the sprite, then I'm effectively sorting from the desired spot of the sprite, right? That's what I'm assuming, because they don't have a Y offset here, right? So I was assuming that the Y sorting happens from the origin. So like ideally what I should have done is like minus 22 and then like add 22 here and then, you know, and then it's like now it's where it's supposed to be, and then hopefully we'll be Y sorted from that. But it's not happening. And I don't know why. Let's move it more in the center, just so I can experiment by going around it a bit more. Very strange. What if we undo the offset? Do we get anything? Any Y sorting? Nothing? At all? Nothing? That's kind of weird. Any ideas? Morning, guys. What's the issue? Right now, I'm learning Y sorting. And I've done it with these plants here, which are part of the tile map. And I'm trying to do it with this sprite here. But it seems to not work. Oh, I could see that this is a canvas item right here as well. So obviously... Could you briefly explain what Y sorting actually does? Sure. So here you can see if you look at this blue plant, right? If we go down to the curve, see now how I'm in front of it now, and now I'm behind it, right? So what this is doing is, if you imagine the Z axis is like layers, right? So if I'm putting things like on top of things, right? And like I can do this, and the things on top are what you see, and the other stuff is underneath, right? And then you would sort of see it like that, right? So the Y sorting is sorting the Z index, like which things is on top of another, based on the Y position. So if so my character here, my goal is that if my character is below this plant, it is in front of the plant, and therefore its Z index should be relatively higher, so that the character is drawn over the top of the plant. But if the Y position of my character is behind the plant, this is technically behind, then he should be drawn before the plant. Yep. We had a node called YSort that got removed in Godot 4. Now, what I usually do is create a parent node 2D with YSort enabled. So each child of it will be sorting. So that's what I did here. I turned YSort on here, which is effectively the same thing, I would argue, right? So this node 2D here, this root, has Y sorting on, so its children should sort. And these two do sort. This one is not. Is that not like... I can understand from like your perspective there's like an organizational sort of element, but effectively is this not the same thing? Or how is this different such that it shouldn't work in this particular case? I'm not sure. What's the value of Z in the player versus Z in the tree? They're both 1. Z index for character body 2D. Z index 1 for the sprite 2D for the plant. Unless there's like is there like another... Y? It's in process. Does this have to be on? Yeah, it does. Should this child consider its parent z to add to it? Meaning if the parent is z equals 2 and you mark the child as z relative, it's z plus parent. Oh, okay. I think, is that not still the same here? So this is the z index of the root is 0. And this is a +1. The character is also +1. The tile map, ordering 0, yeah. And then the ones that we are sorting on have a 1. So that results in a 1 total if we go down that route. In your case, it shouldn't matter. Both tree and player have the same z index. Yeah. All right. You know what I'm going to say? All right. This is... Okay. Actually, this is something that's really important. All right. Okay. You guys ready? This is the pro strat. This is where you look at this and you go, fuck it. And do something else. Because it's not important. I'm not going to bash my head against this anymore. I can look more at y indexes later. I would like to collide stuff. That would be fun. I want to collide with this root here, and if we can collide with the tree, that would be sick as well. That's what I would like to do. Good old fuck it. Just fuck it. Just... Yep. My 10 plus years of game dev tells me fuck it. Okay. So, these tile maps here, these should have collision on them. Let's do the... I think collision on the tree might be easier. Make a collision shape 2D on this shape. Ooh, maybe we can do something fancy here. What if we make it... convex polygon shape. How does this work? How does this work? Collision shape 2D only serves to provide a collision shape to a collision object 2D derived node. Please. Area 2D. Oh. Collision polygon? Collision polygon 2D. Build mode solids. Packed vector array. Completely packed. Add element. This is entirely unnecessary, but you know, for science. Now, can we delete this? I want to remove this one and this one. Put those two around there. Okay. So now I have a collision. Yeah, fuck your collision. You call that collision? Wait, there's an error here. Collision polygon 2D only serve to provide collision shape to a collision object 2D derived node. As a child of area 2D, static body. Oh, I see. So what I probably need is a static body 2D. Static body 2D. And then we add the sprite to that. Like this. So this is a static body. It's got collision. It has a sprite, which represents the object. The tree's ordering should be 1. Shit. We want the child elements. To be around the origin if possible. Ugh. Well, it doesn't draw it differently. Okay, and then we can take the whole tree and then we'll move the tree. Again, I'm thinking about our Y sorting situation. But it's the sprite that needs Y sorting, not the... Or? We turn this off. Wait, it's not relative? Z as relative. Weird. Or maybe it's not weird. If we do this, and I put this up here, no, that doesn't change anything. I see how this planet is popping up on top? That's the thing that I'm kind of finding weird. This is one, the detail layer. Yeah, so that's one. That's the same layer as the tree. Oh, hey, look. Is this Y sorting? I think it is. In real time. If I do say so myself. Whoops. Make that 0. So if we want this to be like that. Interesting. So I think this is about right. Let's move that. Move these back into position. Take the whole thing. Like this, maybe? Oh, I'm colliding. We have collision. The collision on my character is too big.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Collision should really maybe only be about that big. Ooh. Kaleidoscope. Get out of here. Nice. Not bad. These plants that have the right Y sort. I really need to I need to figure out this Y sort stuff so that I can actually understand what I'm doing. But that's pretty cool. So then in that case, how do we do collision on a tile sheet? Back to the sorting? Not yet. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back. You need collision. How? Thanks for the follows. Oh, I missed a lot of follows, actually. Oh, wait, Duke Vox with a sub? Did I thank you for you? If not, thank you. Savalian, thank you very much for the follow. And Davawan, Matthew, NL Hans, the Thunder NG, Igon Slinger, Anabe. Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, super huge thanks for the sub there, Duke. Much appreciated. Wolf. Bien Shy Benishi. Thank you very much for the follow. Okay, so if we want collision on this, we make it, right? What is this, by the way? Miscellaneous. Probability. Yeah, it's about a 1. Honestly. Could happen. This little nub here. It could happen. I'm fairly certain. Wait, rendering? Wait, oh, yeah, right? What? Huh? Paint. Oh, no. Oh no, did I break it? Oh no. What is happening? But what's this? Oh, I see. I can set this to something and then I can paint everything with it. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Physics. Navigation. Custom data. Terrains. I see. Okay. This is painting information. How do I add physics? Add collision to tile map. Godot. Add a physics element. How do I do that? Oh, here? Tile sets. Object in the box. Physics layers. Here! Collision and the collision mask. What's this? Physics mama. Physics material, I see. And right now my character has collision on 1. Okay, so then if I go to the tile set now, we should have physics. Here we are, physics. Physics layer. Sweet Jesus. Edit points. Add polygon. Delete points. Oh, you guys can't see that's what the tooltips. Oh shit. Is there a way to make this like... Okay. I wonder if there's a way to make sure that this is like perfectly square and like not necessarily a polygon. I could see how that would be helpful in some cases, but I think there might be in some other cases that you just don't need that. All right, well, we can just try this out. Oh, we are gaming. Video gaming. Oh my god. Getting this has me getting to know unfamiliar CAD software vibes and all. Nice. You like the tree, Vincent? Nice. We didn't have the Y sorting on that yet. Okay. So then that means we can pretty quickly, since we have these fences down here, right? We tile set. Default tile shape. Oh. Oh, here, look. Jesus. Grid snap. Oh, look at this. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That's kind of what I was looking for before. Does that mean... Wait, can I paint? Grid snap. You guys can't see that. If I take this... That means with this tool, I can paint this. Oh, look at that! You just painted on! You guys see that? Oh! Not bad, not bad. So, if we go back to here, this one... Maybe I can do a grid snap here if we make this a finer grid. Doesn't really look like it. Half pixel grid snap. I wish there was an easier way to snap these. There might be, but... If I do this... Whatever. Okay. Nice. We got collision. But how can I paint physics? I have the power. I have the power. I didn't see that. Do it again. Nope. Not happening. The game is cut off when I'm in play mode. Oh, it kind of is. Oh, yeah, you guys can't see this. Wait, why? Oh, this one. Here we are. Here. Can't walk past. You can't add more points to make more specific shapes? Yes, I can. But it's not always good to do that. First of all, it adds complexity to the shapes. And also, you don't really need it. Like, with this thing, you just kind of need to bump it or you don't bump it, right? Like, it doesn't matter too much in this case. Better save that kind of complexity for other things. Like maybe this tree, it's a bit bigger. It makes kind of sense that I can move up in here, in this little nook here, right here. So, you know, there could be like some Y sorting on this part down the bottom. That would need fixing. There's the Y sorting on the tree that needs fixing. But we learned quite a bit today. Learned quite a bit. I think I'm going to wrap up stream probably. We can talk a little bit about what we learned and what I plan on doing next. All right, so, oh, Jesus. Whew. That was some intense game dev, but I had a lot of fun. Thank you, Z-Dude, for the follow. I had a lot of fun. That was really, really fun. I was like super obsessed and into this the entire time. I didn't speak to you guys completely the entire time. Hopefully the balance was okay. But I was busy, but it was fun. It's fun for me. You like the stream? Good. Just came from your newest video. Nice. And if you guys didn't know, I have a YouTube here. And that actually isn't my latest YouTube video. That's not the one that Z-Dude is referring to, but that's another video. That's pretty good. Do consider checking that out. Also, while I still have you, by the way, I do have a VODs channel, and I'm trying to get watch time there. So if you have missed any VODs, by all means, check out the YouTube channel and check some of those videos out. The watch time helps a lot. But yeah, no, this was really cool. This is like actually today was literally my first day of having any real experience with Godot at all. And it was really nice to, like, you know, there's not, like, functionally wise, we didn't make a lot of progress, right? But I also know that when you pick up a new engine, there's all sorts of, like, these little things that you need to learn. You need to learn, how does this engine do X, Y, Z? Because every engine does it a different way. And, like, where are these, like, buttons? How do I access these menus? What are these, like, where are the certain checkboxes? How do I get things to appear in the UI? Like, all of that stuff is super, super important. It's basic, but if you don't know it, you can't use the engine. So it's like, that's okay, right? So, and today I think I made a lot of progress on that. And as I get more comfortable with like the environment, the UI, then most of my attention can be spent on like actually creating features. But I think right now, one of the interesting things is that I haven't even figured out yet is how do I even want to draw my world? Like, we used the tile map system today, and I wanted to use it because I wanted to get familiar with it. But with the kind of game that I want to make, I need to figure out, do I want to use the tile map system? Like, I think I do, but there are certain drawbacks to using a tile map system in general, not necessarily with Godot's, but like in general. And so I need to like experiment and figure out what parts of the tile map system do I want to use, if any at all. What parts do I want to be sort of just like hand drawn and just placed in the world? And how do I balance those two things? There's also a feature that I'm not going to talk about yet, but there's a feature that I want to add to the game that I currently have no clue how to solve. And how I draw the level will greatly impact how this other feature will even work. So like, I don't even know if it's actually possible. So like the tile maps with the sprites and then this feature, like I need to like test these things together and figure out like what's actually possible before I even start making anything. But this was like a really great introduction to Godot. And I mean, so far I kind of like it. Like I ran into some like issues here and there, and anyone out there who isn't familiar with game engines, that is not like because Godot is bad or anything like that. That is any engine you pick up, you will run into exactly these issues. Like, it's completely normal. It's completely normal. And this is how learning new engines has been for me ever since I started making games, since RPG Maker in the year 2000. So that's just how it goes. And this is a very familiar process to me, so I'm not super concerned. But I'm really proud of the progress. I really like what we did today, and I had fun doing it. It seems like a lot of y'all enjoyed it too, so I'm glad with that. Yeah, I look forward to more on Thursday. But I'm going to be working on this some more tomorrow. I have time. Yeah, I do dev every day. Yeah, I might be doing 4 or 8 hours of dev tomorrow. We'll see. So hopefully we'll make some progress by Thursday. Yeah. Can you make an infinite scrolling tile map in Godot? Maybe. There's probably some way to do something like that. Probably. Posture check and hydrate. Thank you. After watching, I may try it myself. I've done a bit in Unity. They look decent. Yeah, this look fine. And my game won't need anything like too crazy technology-wise. Not to say Godot is incapable of doing that. It probably is. But because I don't need anything too crazy, I'm not too concerned into running into like technical limitations with Godot. But if it happens, then I can address that at that point. Thanks for the follows, everyone. Was it a snug stream? I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, glad to hear that. We'll release this Friday then? Yeah, for sure. Love the dev streams. Keep it up. Thanks for streaming. No worries, no worries. When does the Kickstarter begin? Jesus. Okay, so let's go raid someone, I guess. Let's see here. I have a buddy of mine playing some Yakuza. Now, I'm going to raid them. Because they're cool. And also because Yakuza, by the way, is one of my favorite franchises. And actually influences the game I'm making. So, there's many influences to the game that I'm making. But, yeah. It's an important game to me. All right, we're going to be raiding the Lady Lunity. She's a good friend. And this is the 2 raid messages if you're a sub or if you're not a sub. Just make sure you don't copy the sub message part, you know, or the non-sub. Just copy the emotes and stuff. Yeah. I'll catch you all on Thursday. I look forward to it. No, not Friday, TSG. Thursday in 2 days. Okay? Thanks a lot, everyone. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. There are 300 people here? Jesus! Thanks, everyone. And have fun with Lady Lunity. She's really cool. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thanks.
Huh?